All right, let's do it. Let's do the official small talk.
Okay. Hey, Rob, I love our new setup.
This is. You got to lead into it. No hey robbing me yet. We'll set the time and place by what we talk about. I know you know what I'm making for Christmas dinner a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you, and then you can tell me your plans. I know I'm going over to my sister-in-law's, and I don't know.
And how far away is that from your house, like journey-wise?
6-minute bike ride if I wanted to.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Which sounds like a great idea now. Arizona is a wildly beautiful place, brimming with over 100 brewing companies. I'm Rob Fulmer, the Executive Director of the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild. I'm joined by Deputy Director Andrew Bauman. Together we cover the state, bringing you the best of what's happening at our breweries and beyond. Welcome to Arizona Beer Frontier.
It's nice how your wife and her family hang out so much. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's unexpected.
Bonus.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So I don't remember what he's making. It's a chicken walnut pasta dish or something like that, I think. I'm going to get that wrong. And we found out that he listens too, so.
Oh, now you're in big trouble.
I already in big trouble because I asked Brenda, like, what time am I supposed to make dinner on Sunday? And she's like, you're in that conversation. I'm like, I know, I saw the text, but I didn't actually read them.
There's so many.
So, but Sunday I was going to make cioppino, seafood stew. Nobody's favorite except Tom and I. And everyone acquiesced because, like, there's always this, like, well, you always make turkey for Thanksgiving. Like, I haven't made turkey for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. Thanksgiving, yes. For Christmas in like 5 years. Like I said, as an example, one year we had red eye gravy and turkey ham, and I don't remember what else.
Turkey ham?
Yeah, because
I don't know what this is.
The girls, it's turkey, but it's tastes like ham.
Your sisters also don't eat pork and beef, really?
Just occasionally, it's like.
Oh wow!
Anyway, and I made pork Wellington, not beef Wellington. I made pork Wellington because I knew that they would probably try it if it was pork. Anyway, I'm making cioppino and mushroom potato paprikash. Is that how?
Paprikash.
We have.
Would you like some peppers for your paprikash?
We have a word every show, almost every show that we mess up. And then I have to find the right pronunciation.
And then you insert it.
And then we go back to saying it wrong.
I love it.
So it is.
Paprikash.
It's kitsune, too.
Kitsune.
Yeah.
Great.
Although you can find both pronunciations, but.
You said pronunciations.
Pronunciations. Enunciate.
So what am I making?
Yeah.
We're having the festivities at my house.
Yeah. You didn't like my little language aside? Okay.
I did, but now we're moving to the next thing. I'm making brisket. I'm going to sous vide the brisket for like 36 hours and then refrigerate it and then open it and smoke it for like 2 hours.
Anything else with that? Sides?
That's it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. My mom's making a turkey. She bought a turkey for Thanksgiving. And then instead of being here in Arizona, she went to Portland. And so she made the turkey for Christmas.
Great.
Well, you say that, except that she made it yesterday.
Okay.
So it's going to be sitting in their fridge for 3 days.
Like in one piece?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to be a nightmare to heat up again. It's better to part that thing out. Lay it flat. It'll be easier to carve too if it's cold.
She's going to also bring cherry pie and lemon bars. My daughter's favorite is the lemon bars. So she's bringing that.
Great. So we've established that it's the holidays. Now you can hey Rob me.
Oh. Hey, Rob. Andrew Bauman. I'm Andrew Bauman. How you doing?
Oh, shit, I messed it up. Andrew Bauman.
Hey, Rob.
So it's the holidays. This is Casual Friday, as you can see.
Did you know that, like, in the rest of the country, there's frightening, terrifying weather happening right now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How is it here?
I saw that. It's pleasantly cool, I think.
I know. I had to put a flannel on today. I was a little bit chilly.
Look what's happened in the video. Look at it. Look at it.
Why is it messing with you?
I don't know. Like,
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything's good, and then
yeah,
poop.
Let me do this. Let me stop it, which sucks for me, and let me start it again. No, it's still doing it. God damn.
How many cameras do you have? 3?
3.
Wow. You have the internal camera?
Yes.
And then this one and that one.
But it's that one that's...
I know. That little guy is just not acting nice today.
I know.
I think is maybe a little bit beyond its possible days. What do you think?
Yeah.
You just want to back this one up?
Yeah, let's...
Yeah. It's totally easy. Watch this. It's on a tripod and everything.
What I fear is... That's great.
I mean, it's not designed for this. I mean, it is.
No.
But
everything's slowing down. Look.
Oh, boy. That's not great.
All right, let's
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Let's hey Rob the whole thing again.
Okay. 4th time's a charm. Hey, Rob.
Do it again. I was like making sure the numbers were going. I'm like, what a nightmare.
Hey, Rob.
Andrew Bauman.
Here we are.
Yes.
On a beautiful Casual Friday at the Guild office in Tempe, Arizona, where it is a pleasant 52 degrees out at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right. That's well put.
Rest of the country is in shambles of weather.
Yes.
There's freezing rain. There's cold weather. There's snow.
The rest of the country,
lots
disarray.
of wind.
Arizona is in array.
We are in array. I would venture to say that most likely Southern California is in the same beauty that we are.
Great.
I think New Mexico's screwed.
So people are probably not going to listen to this after the holidays.
Oh.
Well, it'll be released on Tuesday.
Yeah.
27th or something like that.
Great.
This is the 23rd. Nevertheless, we're going to talk a little bit about the holidays, end of the year stuff.
Cool.
We talked a little bit about food.
Food. True.
I just realized in looking back over the year, I hadn't gone to a beer dinner in a long time. I can't think of the last beer dinner I went to.
I was not a frequent beer dinner attendee unless I was there hosting.
Right. I was a beer dinner dropper-inner.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't go in and sit down and take anyone's seat. I would go and I would do a little toast, say hello to some folks, be on my merry way. If I knew they had extra seats, I would buy the ticket right then. Or sometimes I would actually go to 2 or 3, depending on what time of year it is and stuff. But I was just thinking about that. I haven't been, and they can be well done. And even if they're not terribly well done, I think it's just great to sit down and be forced to have this pacing, and sometimes meet individuals you wouldn't meet.
New people. Sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to put that on my list later on.
Yeah. Great.
So beer gifts or gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any beer gifts in the last, from whenever, that you felt were great beer gifts?
I have a very heartfelt beer gift that one of my former employers gave me.
And that was your job? No.
Yes, thank you. When I worked at Jennifer's Catering, Jennifer was just such a great person to me. And she knew my passion for beer because I would actually brew at work in the kitchen at the catering office and everywhere. But she got me 6 giant mugs from Remember Everything or whatever was in the mall.
Oh, Things Remembered.
Things Remembered.
They should probably have some products with their name on it so people could remember that instead of putting everyone else's stuff on it.
So she got me these big, huge glass mugs.
Yeah.
And had Bauman Tap Room on it or something like that.
See,
I would never drink out of them, but I know that it came from such a sweet and thoughtful place that, like, how could you not be happy?
Oh, man, because those kinds of gifts are on my worst gifts.
I kept one. The other ones are all gone. Like,
you totally made me look like a heartless bastard because one of the other topics was worst beer gifts, and it's usually the one like that. And
I kind of had the preview when I knew that.
You totally end-arounded me. I can't tell you, I literally the 2-liter Stein with Rob's Brewery. Ooh, that would have been crazy on it, or the giant wall plaque bottle opener with some cliche saying on it.
Oh man, I had someone got me a thing from probably Michael's or whatever that is just a square. Oh, I have another one in my head too of terrible gifts, but I'm a terrible gift receiver. It has LEDs in it that randomly light that say "Welcome to the bar" or something like that. Where am I going to put that?
In your man cave. I know that makes cringe, but the best beer gift that I ever received, and you probably have a similar story. Brenda, before I started making beer, pretty much decided I was going to make beer because I had my friend Paul, who is sort of related through marriage and whatever, brother of Tom Allen, the official pseudo brother-in-law of
Tom the Tom.
Anyway, the guy that's listening to the show, maybe. I brewed a couple times with him, and all of a sudden, in our garage was a 1965 Philco refrigerator with a single tap in the middle of the door.
Oh, dang! Nice.
And the basic Brewers Connection kit, with already 1 or 2 recipes ready to go. Bottles. I mean, the whole, right?
That's so nice.
Yeah. And if you ever get a old refrigerator, don't put the thing right in the middle of the door. Put some thought into it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have more than one tap.
Yeah.
And now you have a middle, and then you have one to either the left or right, and then you need 3.
Just put 2 more in and only make one of them active. It's fine.
Anyway, that was a great gift. That was a great gift.
I had a great beer gift when I got into homebrewing when I was working at the catering company from being in restaurants forever. And my wife said she's running her business from our house, and she said, "Wow, you're home a lot more now." I said, "Yeah, it's great, huh?" She's like, "It is so great, and you need a hobby." And you used to make beer when we lived in Boise, and I got you a membership in the homebrew club. So there's a meeting tomorrow. That's how I started homebrewing again-ish. And for Christmas that year, of course, I got way into it. I was brewing 2-3 times a week, anytime I can. I think about 2 months after she sent me to that first meeting, I had a kegerator, a fermenting fridge that had 5 batches working in it at the same time. So that's kind of what happened. So for Christmas, she went to the homebrew store and said, "What should I get him that's super cool?" And they said, "Get him that boil kettle." So she got me a Blickman boil kettle, 10-barrel boil kettle, had the sight glass on the 10-gallon boil kettle, had the sight glass on the side, has a nice valve, has built-in thermometer. I mean, real nice. I had no idea that was going to be under the tree. So Christmas morning, I opened this big giant box. I'm like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "Do you like it?" I said, "Babe, that's like putting Megan Fox under the tree." it was a long time ago. And she said, okay, that's your boil kettle's name, Megan Fox. So the boil kettle was known as Megan Fox from then on. And then just a few weeks ago, I gifted it to our friend Johan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Johan from Phoenix Magazine.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll have to press him on his first 2023 release.
Yeah. He did his first batch, and
I'm going to give him till 2023. He's going to need to figure this out.
the bottling bucket broke, and his first batch went all over the floor. It was heartbreaking. So you know what he did? He made a 1 gallon batch that day just so he could get back on the horse.
Yeah, keep the pipeline going.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a great beer gift. Any other great beer gifts?
That's the only one that really stood out when I was trying to come up with this list. But
with the refrigerator.
Yeah.
My gosh,
yeah.
that's like going all in. What a nice
Yeah,
lady.
you know what? One time, she got locked out of the house, but could get in the garage with the old garage opener. And she started pouring beers from the tap in the garage, and then all of a sudden, like, she had the neighbors come by. I got home and there was like, I don't know, 10 or 12 people in my garage.
There's a party in the garage because she got locked out. I love that.
It was great. So that was a great experience. Speaking of experiences, what is your best beer either that you've tasted this year, or experience or memorable? I don't know about best.
So I'm bad at that. I'm really bad at remembering beers, but I will tell you that I was so happy that the Pony Express from Dragoon was back this year, because that is like my all-time favorite beer.
Right.
And they had it, and I got to get a couple crowlers of it. I had it at the brewery a couple times. I got some 4-packs and brought those home, and I got to have those. And I wonder, there might be one still in my fridge.
Right.
But that was my favorite thing in consuming beer, ish.
Yeah, so I got a couple answers because I came up with the question and I had longer to think about it, but I did give you a little bit of heads up. I want to say it just stands out in my mind. It wasn't like I don't remember what beer we drank, but we were invited to the governor's travel conference, and in the crowd is, I don't know, like 500 people, I would say,
at least, yeah.
10 tops. Oh, there's probably 1,000 people in there.
Yeah.
Close to, somewhere between that 5 and 1,000. And I've been to that before, and sometimes there are there were state legislators, there were people who work for mayor's offices. In the past, the governor has been there for that opening. This year we had gubernatorial candidates, but they were neither one of the ones that were in the
that
eventual
to the end. Yeah.
But I know Katie Hobbs has been there. Anyway, we were asked to do the toast, because I also represented the wineries at the time as on their board. We basically did the wine and beer toast.
We jumped on there
for everybody in that room. And the funny thing is, like, they put us towards the end, and then they're like, "Oh, one more thing, we've got another." Like, they did a video, and like, so we have the only beers in the whole place, so we're the only ones drinking the entire time.
And there was another 20 minutes after we did our toast.
I know,
when they should have just broken and gone to the expo.
I know.
Whoops.
So yeah, so it's kind of
fun,
kind of weird being the only people who can drink in a room that big.
And this reception could not happen without beer and wine, of course. And so really quick, before we go, this is the last thing before you get to go have beer and wine. I am very happy to have our friends from the Arizona Wine Growers Association and the Craft Beer Guild. We've got Rob Fuller and Andrew Bauman, and they're going to they've already got their drinks. Gosh, they're a step ahead of us.
So if you remember last year, it took a long time to get everyone drinks, and I thought hard, but not very long, like, the karma would be too great if somebody didn't actually have a beverage to toast when you do a toast. So you're welcome. My name is Rob Fulmer. I am the executive director of the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild, but I am also a member of the Arizona Wine Growers Association. I sit on their board. Is the shirt too nose on right now? Like wine? I don't have any other wine stuff. So, but I'd like to thank Debbie for showing the winery's importance in the tourism industry. Those numbers are awesome numbers, and you know, I'm going to hand it off to Andrew to talk about beer a little bit, and maybe talk a little bit about beer's importance, and then he's going to hand it back to me, and I've got an announcement that will bring beer, wine, and spirits, mead, cider together in Arizona for the first time. So,
thank you for being here. The Arizona craft brewery industry is a $1.2 billion industry in Arizona. We have 94 different breweries with 120 brewing locations and over 150 places where you can go get beer, which in these days, the Google term brewery near me is up about 30% right now over 2019 in Arizona. So I think we're driving a lot of people into our breweries, and a lot of those people are coming from out of state or in locations where they're just not familiar. So we are very glad to be part of the tourism community, and our small business owners are always part of their local community and helping to grow the important parts of the people that live near them. So thank you.
And now for that announcement, for the first time in Arizona, after the general effective date goes into effect on September 24th, you will start to see beer, wine, and distilled spirits be able to manufacture under the same roof using their own separate licenses. It's called alternating proprietorships. And what I hope that means is we're going to have more estate locations where you can get all three. If you've been to the Finger Lakes area where they have that, it's kind of a cool thing. And this is the long-term play. This is how we get wineries involved in what's going on in the metro areas and vice versa. So if you are interested in understanding about that and all the other liquor law changes that our wonderful governor has helped us pass over the 8 years, come see Andrew and myself. So on behalf of Wine and Beer in Arizona, and someday hopefully distilled spirits will be up here on stage one day. Cheers.
Cheers. So another one of the most memorable things was drinking beers in the Library of Congress.
Hey, Andrew.
Oh, hello. I'm so excited to be here at the Brewers Association reception in Washington, D.C. We're exploring the Library of Congress along with many of our peers, brewers, legislators, and their staff. It's so cool.
That was excellent. I don't think we're going to hear that.
I wasn't going to bring that up because I figured you might, because I've done it before, and
that was so amazing.
Tell
absolutely incredible. Yeah, on our trip to Washington D.C., I think we've gone over it on the show, but not everyone's heard that one. There was when we were at our hill climb to meet with our legislators. The Brewers Association puts on a reception, and there are several beers all over, from all over the country, and their Mother Road Brewing Company had beer there. My favorite part was when Greg Stanton came running up the steps, and I just happened to be standing at the top of the staircase, and I'd met with him earlier that day. I knew who he was. I knew he was one of my representatives, and I was like, well, hi. He says, "Where's the Arizona beer? I want to get a picture with drinking the Arizona beer. I want to get a picture holding it. I want to be drinking that beer." I was like, "Yes, let's go." It was the complete opposite corner of the hall, but we made it over there, and that was really fun. But the whole experience of seeing all the history and the beauty of that building, the exhibits they had downstairs, and then looking into the actual Library of Congress, just standing there and looking, was incredible. And shared with beer at the same time was just awesome.
Right. Greg Stanton was Representative Greg Stanton, former mayor of Phoenix, would be District 9 in the past. I don't know. I haven't done the redistricting maps yet. So
he's beating himself up.
I am.
I know.
So it's downtown Phoenix and East Valley. 8 of the 9 districts are touching Maricopa County. That's just how it goes. Yeah, it's kind of weird because they need the population. That's a whole nother aside. But I'm glad you mentioned that. One little mini trend that has kind of caught my notice that is an unexpected joy now is when you see a Relk beer. The last one I had was at the 4th anniversary for Helava. Barrel aged. They had 2 barrel aged. I really only had the will to do one of the 2. We had to do some stuff afterwards, and I didn't want to have to Uber around the rest of the day.
Was that just this Saturday?
Yeah. So
Great.
it's
So they're still on.
They're probably still on.
I
yeah.
can head there on the way home.
Yeah. So, you brought in some from Arizona Wilderness, which we may enjoy if there's still one. Is there still
There
one?
is still one,
So
yeah.
I might have one of those later in the show here, because it's on my mind. I know that Dark Sky has done them, but it's always
Telling you that Dark Sky Rock beer was the best one I've ever had.
yeah, it's very drinkable. I hate using that word, but it seems that one is the closest one in a while that seems to be it could be an everyday beer. Mm-hmm. Which
Such great flavor. That smokiness comes through. You can just, it's so good.
yeah, and if you're somebody who's like, oh, it sounds gross. Like if you eat barbecue food, that's kind of what you're going for. I mean, and it's if you like really high umami foods, there's a little bit of that going on in that respect. Now, I will say, if your experience is derived from, I know as a homebrewer, like, oh, I'm going to smoke my own malt. That's difficult to do without having it come off
Acrid.
or plasticky.
Yeah.
Because when you're smoking, you're actually introducing moisture too, so it can get kind of sideways in your process unless it's really dried out. But give it a shot. Take it in small measure. It is something you get acclimated to, so honestly, it might be midway through the beer before you really start to appreciate it. We'll do a Rauch beer show because I have a whole story about a story from Mitch Steele about.
Hey, we could get him on the show.
We could. We're touching on a lot of things that we could be talking about, but one of the things. Well, I want to ask you first. Are you? Is it too early for a beer for you? Or should we
No.
beverage? Should we take a little quick break?
Let's take a quick break.
Okay.